of late for Manchester United. This is going to happen. This is not going to be straightforward. And he didn't even want to come in, Amorim, at this stage in the season. He wants to do the job when he's got a summer with a group of players and he's got time to bring in the players that he wants. But are we seeing any... We're definitely seeing changes, but are we seeing improvements?
Not really. Not really, but I think that, unfortunately for him, you know, how much time he's actually getting with these players on the training ground to actually instill what he wants to instill in them so they can play in the way that he wants to play seems to be very tough to get that going at the moment, Kels. And we're talking about it being Manchester United, the global attention that they get, the patience that's going to be needed for Amorim, who, like you mentioned there, Tim, he didn't want to come in till the end of the season, but they said, no, come now. I think it's a good opportunity for him to be there now and see exactly what he needs to do. But then, how do you placate the Manchester United fans who want to see better performances and see them moving up the table? How do you placate them at the same time trying to find out players that you're going to try and get rid of that's going to cost a lot of money? This is a free 4-year job what Amorim's got. Definitely. I think it's vitally important that right now, especially when you look at Ineos, Kels, and the way they're moving, redundancies here, Christmas bonuses taken away here, it doesn't sound like there's money around the place. So that's another worry for Man United fans.
We don't know what they're paying Dan Ashworth in his... You
know, again, you have to start looking at Ineos and the fact that everybody thinking, oh, the Glaziers... I'm not saying the Glaziers are any better, absolutely not, but he's come in and it seems a little bit chaotic. You've actually got sacked or got rid of the guy that's coming in to help you steer the ship after 5 months. And then you're looking on the football pitch with a manager that, for me, looks like he's more than capable of doing it. Now he's in a situation where I've got to try and get this steady before the end of the season. Because then, where's the money going to come from in the summer then, Kels? I really do worry for Amorim, but I do plead with United fans to have patience with Amorim.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen just yet. And I suppose the result against Manchester City, which is only a couple of weeks ago, that's what we heard Manchester United fans saying. Look, in the short term, we don't expect to be challenging necessarily for trophies straight away, but we at least want to be competitive in the big games. And their record over the past few seasons have been absolutely shocking in games that would have hurt Manchester United fans to lose. So to get that win, albeit with the City caveat in place, but even with that, it will have felt like a big win to do it the way they did against Manchester City.
I agree with you. The only thing is, I thought that would bring them a bit of momentum, and it hasn't at all. So we knew there would be highs and lows, and that people need to be patient. There's been more lows than highs, and that's why I'm a little bit disappointed by Amorim. The fact that the squad review that he started, which is okay for the first 2-3 weeks, maybe 4 or 5 games. Now it's almost 10 games and he's still changing and tweaking. And let's try him here. But you can't keep trying people in different...
Yeah, but George, this is what I'm saying. It's almost as if he's doing his training games as the actual games.
I know, but Righty, by now, surely he should know, don't you think? He should know what the best 11 is or looks like or what they should do instead of changing all the time.
Well, you don't never know until they're on the stage, you know, so you need to put them in a competition. But I agree with you. I think there's too many changes, certainly to the back players, and your goalkeeper and the back players need to be the same. I can't believe he threw away the game again in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, because that's an opportunity to appease your fans, win a trophy possibly, you know, to put that team out and that goalkeeper out in that game and to throw that game away. And they start coming back into that game when they put their main players on. Ahmad is the only one I would suggest who's done all right. The rest of them have been bang average, really bang average. They have to look at themselves. Obviously, he's looking at the individual players. That's why he's making so many changes. But Jason Wilcox will be doing exactly the same there as well. And Omar, they'll be looking. They'll be saying, look, yeah, perhaps they're not good enough. He's trying to give them a playing identity. He knows exactly how he wants to play, and it should make the recruitment a little bit easier. But try and get rid of the players they've already got on the money what they're on and the inflated prices what they paid for these players. It's impossible to get rid of them without losing an awful lot of money.
It's going to take a while.
So Ineos, they're going to have a serious problem with that, and then it tracks down to the manager. The manager will have a problem. I think he's getting away with it at the moment. I think he's been worse than we would expect, but I think he gets away with it because he's got a personality. He's got a personality with the media. He talks very well. He's winning the press conferences and losing the games. And sometimes it's more important to win the press conference, and he's doing that. He needs to start winning football matches because they will lose patience. The Man United fans, the biggest club in the world, they will lose patience with this man very quickly. I agree. Give him some time. He needs to have the time, but he can't lose with respect, it wasn't Liverpool, it wasn't Chelsea, it wasn't Arsenal, it was Bournemouth. And we know how well Bournemouth are doing. You get beat 3-0 at home, at Old Trafford to Bournemouth. Not acceptable.
Not acceptable as things stand. And those 10 games have come up really quickly for Ruben Amorim, and Manchester United fans, as you say, will be hoping for more from him as the season progresses, and certainly for next season. Coming up next, we'll hear what
Bournemouth go this season.
I value the points we have. That is 28 points. That is a good amount for this moment in the season, and we have still 2 more chances before the end of the first round. But the standing is we are very close. It gives me some confidence, the performances that we are, even against teams that are very good, like today. We have always our chances, and I hope we can continue this good work.
Is it proving harder than you anticipated, or did you always expect that it would be a difficult job here?
I will always expect, especially in these busy months. So it's not different.
In the dressing room at the moment for you players?
It's a big pain because we know, but also we concede goals. We have to work on that. I know that the fans are impatient with us, but we are here to change these things.
No Marcus Rashford again today. Might he be involved on Boxing Day?
Yeah, it depends. We'll see.
We would like to achieve great things with this club as individual, as a team, and it's beautiful that we are in this position, and that we like to stay humble and just keep working hard.
You've given me a glimmer of hope there to pin you down. Can Bournemouth qualify for Europe this season?
Of course. Why not? 100%.
Of course they can, and what a penalty as well. He took that so well. We'll come on to Manchester United in just a moment, but Bournemouth, so organised, so great to watch.
Yeah, they were, and they were really brave away at Old Trafford, obviously emulating the same result last year. But we see here, first minute of the game, Bournemouth being brave with their pressing really high away at Old Trafford. Front three, breaking Manchester United forward on Christie between the 2 midfielders, and we see here this is the same wavelength. Once Christie presses, Howson presses as well. Look at that. They know exactly what they're doing. They're all on the same wavelength, and we can see here everyone locked in, comfortable defending in 1v1 situations, and force Manchester United to go long. And once this happens, it's really easily cleaned up by Bournemouth, and you see Areola at the bottom of your screen clapping, because that's exactly what they wanted them to do. Here we see a 5v6 in Manchester United's favour. The spare man is out on the left-hand side there. It's Malacia. Anana ignores him, goes out to Mazraoui, who goes back to him. But again, comfortable being in that 1v1 situation, not scared of those 1v1 duels. Fernandes is pointing to Xerxes. Xerxes is actually asking for the ball, but you've got Maguire pointing to the right-hand side. This Bournemouth press is causing confusion amongst the Manchester United players, and goes long again. Easy for Bournemouth to win back and get possession of the football. Again, Manchester United manufacture this back to Onana, and they're being expansive. Looks to go to his left, doesn't keep hold of the ball, and at this stage they're just so confident in what they're doing. And if you're going to go long, like Onana has on so many occasions, you've got to have a number 9 that's going to pin, or you've got to be a number 9 that is going to threaten him behind. Xerxes does neither, and that is exactly what his Manchester United manager thinks of it. He's not very happy, and this was wave after wave of Bournemouth during the game throughout, and this is the second half. Slight change in tactics. Bournemouth really pressed and probed down that Manchester United right-hand side, their left-hand side, and we see once this ball gets to Cliver, got one thought, driving into the box, asking questions. Mazraoui drags him down for a penalty he puts away. Diallo and Kirkez, Atara and Mazraoui paired together, and we see here any 50-50 balls dropping out of the sky, Bournemouth got all afternoon. Diallo has no idea there. Kirkez managed to get a shot in, doesn't quite get it on target, but here you see Atara doing his work back. Mazraoui, highest player here. Menu doesn't quite get control of the ball. Bournemouth pass through the thirds, and look at the distance that Atara's got on Mazraoui. It's just unacceptable. Threaded through, cuts this back for Semenyo's crashed in from the other wing for a really easy finish, and Bournemouth deserve that so much. The second most shots in the Premier League, and that just shows what a great job that man there's done. Third best expected goals, and I personally think this is the best squad Bournemouth have ever had.
Yeah, well, their recruitment has been absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
And there were many people who questioned Andre Areola coming in to the football club when Gary O'Neill was sacked. Assessment of Ruben Amorim so far?
Well, I think Areola and Bournemouth's a good example, because when he first joined Bournemouth, we were all going, is this the right appointment? We should have stuck with O'Neill, perhaps. This is his results. I mean, not good enough. He's even said, I know the fans will be disappointed, but just have a bit of patience. Give me time to... I suppose we talk about the Bournemouth squad. Is the Man United squad good enough, strong enough to compete at the very top? Because they've got to compete for the Premier League title. They're miles off it, and I think Ruben knows that. I think he's got a lot of hard work, hard months to come up, and hopefully in January we would like to think that they'll get backed as well to bring some of his own players in.
Glenn, what do you make of what's happening with Marcus Rashford?
Listen, I think it's important to highlight that we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and this is very much an opinion from the outside. I feel as though it's the right time for him to leave the football club. I feel like he's carried the weight of Manchester United and the supporters' expectations for too long now. And I would like a new break for Marcus Rashford to go and enjoy his football elsewhere.
OK, thank you. And next up, Leicester City.